Hey guys, I'm back with another video for you today, and I'm going to talk to you about the launch dates, the global launch dates for Jusbox's 54 fragrance that I collaborated on, and also some events that we're holding in the USA that you guys can come and attend. So find out about these global launch dates for 54 coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's Sebastian. Yes, I'm going to give you some dates for global releases of the Jusbox 54 fragrance. I collaborated with Jusbox on. If you haven't seen it, it's this right here. But before I get to the fragrance and the dates and the events, I just want to let you guys know that we just dropped a brand spanking new Scent Club kit. And it's Scent Club kit number 12. Featuring 3 amazing fragrances that are perfect for autumn wear. So these are the 3 fragrances that we have in it. It's Imperial Peacock from the House of Alexander J. And then we've got Mousse Illuminée from Rogue Perfumery. And then finally we have Voyage Imaginaire L'Eau d'Immortelle, this one right here. 3 amazing fragrances that I feel like will be perfect for autumn wear, and there's some kits left still, so if you are discovering or into discovering some great fragrances, please check that kit out. It's linked in the info box. And as I mentioned in a video yesterday, I was so grateful to get these 3 fragrances to be featured here. And one thing I should say, someone made a comment about how these are lesser known brands. So when I set out to do these kits, it doesn't always work out to feature more popular niche offerings against less popular. So just happened that this collection, the brands were lesser known. In fact, the last kit, the brands were lesser known. I don't know if you guys noticed that. But I don't set out to, well, there's no way for me to set out to feature specific fragrances in a kit, because when I inquire about featuring a fragrance, it could take a month to 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. So I'm trying to fit them as best as possible. But either way, the kit is launched. Get your kit now. Again, as I said, these 3 fragrances are going to be perfect for autumn wear, and are 3 of my favorite fragrances that I've spoken quite a bit about on the channel. And this one, probably the oldest one I've been talking about on the channel. It's Mousse Illuminée. It's sort of a boozy, mossy, green, aromatic fougere. This Imperial Peacock, actually, this is a very expensive fragrance. And after I shot the video, I discovered or found out from the brand that they just signed a deal with Neiman Marcus. So this collection from Alexander J is now selling there on the Neiman Marcus website. And this fragrance actually retails for around $300 to $400, actually, or just under $400. So that's a great value there to discover a fragrance from one of the samples that are in the kit. And then all natural perfumery here from perfumers Isabelle Doyen and Camille Goutal, who is the daughter of Annick Goutal. And I mentioned in the video yesterday, this does remind me a little bit of Sable, but it is twisted around, it is changed. This does go gourmand more, and it's also more ambery. And initially, it's a featuring Immortelle as a note, so it's a very autumn-like note. So these 3 fragrances are amazing, and please get your kits today. And I also mentioned in the video, these are 5 ml bottles, but they do fit around 5.5 milliliters. So it's we're claiming that they're 5, but the bottles hold around 5.5 mils. So anyway, that's that. But 54 is going to be officially launched here in the States very soon at Lucky Scent. Lucky Scent gets a 2-week exclusive, deal there. So the first retailer here in the USA will be at Lucky Scent, and it should be any day now. I think it's slated for the 16th, which is in a few days, but I believe it might be a bit later than that. So keep checking, or I can also post about it and let you know once it does launch at Lucky Scent. But that is the first retailer that will get 54, and then in November it'll roll out at every other retailer in the USA. So if you're not interested in buying online and things like that, you can, or you have like a retailer near you that sells the brand, then you can wait until November to pick up your bottle physically from a store. But in San Francisco, we have the fragrances of Jusbox sold at ZGO Perfumery. And so it will be selling there starting in November as well. But let's go back to international. I'll come back to USA and then also talk about events in the USA that I will be at for 54. But we started out with a UK exclusivity at Harrods. Those of you that came to see me there, thank you so much. I got to meet a lot of great people, and a lot of people flew from far away to come for this press event and more of a consumer event at Harrods. On that one day we were at Harrods, we did 4 different sessions, a press event, a podcast, which I have linked as well. If you haven't listened to the podcast, please do. It's with Andrea, one of the founders of Jusbox, along with Julien, Rasquinet, and I. And then we did 2 consumer panels as well, back to back. So that was there during the exclusive sale of 54, and apparently it sold out by the time it got to Friday, and it's been consistently, doing great, selling out. But also now it's going to get a launch at Selfridges in November sometime, because Jusbox is sold at Selfridges as well. But Harrods wanted an exclusivity, and they got an exclusive of 54 there. So that was great. That was one of the most amazing experiences to take part in. Interesting also, when I first announced the first session, because Harrods sells the Perfumer Meet the Perfumer sessions, they sell them for £30 per person. I believe that's the price. And I believe they refund that money if you buy a product or a fragrance or something. Don't quote me on that, though. We sold out of that first session, and then Harrods added a second, which was a first for them, from what I heard, because usually they don't really sell out really that fast with the launches when they do these panels and things like that. So great stuff. It's selling at Harrods now, and it will get the launch at Selfridges in November sometime. So, going to France, Printemps sells the brand at the physical store, and I've been to that store many times. It's in the center of Paris, near the Opera Garnier, and it's right next to Galerie Lafayette. But Printemps has a separate beauty standalone building. And on the first floor, not 0 on the ground floor, but the first floor is all the niche perfumery. So you can find Jusbox 54 there now. So if you're in the market to buy 54 in France, that's where it is. And I don't know if it's on their website. Most likely it is. You can also order it from there. And it should be also on the Jusbox Italy website as well. So in Germany, it's already in stores. I guess Ludwig Bach in Munich is one of the stores that sells this fragrance. And I don't know of any other stores. I thought maybe KaDeWe might be one. I don't know the different stores. But according to my notes here, Ludwig Bach in Munich sells the brand, and it should be selling there currently, 54 that is. In Romania, it's in a store called Butic. So if you're watching from Romania and you're curious to get your nose on 54, please head over to Butic. So in Spain, it's already in a store called Sens Barra Parfums, which I've actually been to. It's in Marbella. So they're selling the brand there. Go check it out over there, because I really like that store. There's 2 stores in Marbella. There's the other store, Niche Perfumes. I think that's what it's called. And they have more like the very luxury, high-end Middle Eastern style fragrances. And then Sens Bar Parfum sells more the niche line, rather than like these big like Raja, Terenzi kind of, flashy gold kind of bottles and things like that. So apparently it's also arriving at Wow Concept Store in Spain as well. So those of you that are in Spain, check out those stores. So in the Baltics, it's available in the store Creme de la Creme. So if you're in the Baltics and you're curious to try 54, please go check it out over there. I've heard of this store, I've never been. So in the Benelux, so it should be in Holland or Netherlands at De Bijenkorf. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And it says beginning of this week. I received this list last week, so it's the beginning of this week. So this retailer, actually I was in the Netherlands recently, and I was in Rotterdam, so I was also in The Hague. So I saw that store, and I've been to it in Amsterdam. I sadly didn't visit while I was in those two cities. But Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Utrecht, Hanover, Amstelveen, and The Hague should have 54 in the store De Bijenkorf. I think I'm saying that correctly. So in stores, already in stores at Verso, also in Antwerp. So this is in Belgium. So if you're looking for the 54 from Jusbox, check out Verso in Antwerp if you're in Belgium. So in Poland, it's already at a store called Dragonfly. In the United Arab Emirates, it's in SCENTCLUB exclusively on the second week of October. So I'm assuming this is around the time now. So if you're in the market for a bottle of 54 in the UAE, it's at SCENTCLUB. Italy, wherever Jusbox is sold, also in Milan at the physical Jusbox store. Yeah, that's a great store if you are around and you're in Milan. Go check it out over there because that store is amazing. And then last but not least, Australia. It does say they are changing distributor for Jusbox, so something will happen very soon. I know there were a few inquiries from you guys that you're in Australia and you were looking to get your nose on it or pick up a bottle. As of now, there's a distributorship ownership of Jusbox there. So hopefully soon you'll be able to get your nose on 54 and see what it's all about. Now going back to the USA, so it's launching at Lucky Scent any day now. It's slated for the 16th, but I found out that it might be a little delayed. So I'll do a separate video on 54 once Lucky Scent launches it, because they get the 2 weeks exclusivity, and then it starts rolling out everywhere else that sells Jusbox in the States. So we've got Lucky Scent. They just picked up the brand, by the way. I think that's why they're getting that 2-week exclusivity. There's ZGO Perfumery here in San Francisco. There's Perfumology. And there might be a few other stores. And, of course, there's also Twisted Lily, which is the retail store for the distributor of Jusbox. So all those stores should pick it up. There might be a few others. I'm not, if I'm not, forgetting them, I apologize. But I know for sure Perfumology carries the brand. ZGO Perfumery here in San Francisco does, and also Lucky Scent does, and then of course Twisted Lily. Now going to the events. So on November 7th, there's going to be an event at Lucky Scent, and this is just around the corner, less than a month from now. I don't know which store, but most likely the West Hollywood store, and most likely I'm going to be there. So if you want to meet me and have me talk about 54 in person and have you smell the fragrance from me, I'll be there and we can talk about the fragrance there. So November 7th is Lucky Scent, and I think it's most likely the West Hollywood store. And then 2 days later, I should also say Chiara from Jusbox. So if you didn't know Jusbox, it's a brother and sister, Andrea and Chiara. So Chiara is coming and doing West Coast, and she'll be at Lucky Scent with me on the 7th of November, and then she'll be here in San Francisco at ZGO Perfumery on the 9th. So if you're in San Francisco, come on over. I think we're going to do something very special here at the ZGO store, so stay tuned. I'll give you more details about it. But the 7th in LA, Lucky Scent, and the 9th at ZGO here in San Francisco. And then fast forward to December. There will be an event at Perfumology on the 5th of December. And I think this is I shouldn't say that. I think this is most likely set in stone, but I think there might be some changes. And then, of course, Saturday, December 7th, Scent Explorer show, and, of course, the after party. So I'll be making appearances at 4 different places for Jusbox 54. And we did Harrods, of course, for a full day. And then we also did Milan. We did a press day at Jusbox physical store in Milan early September. But we've got 4 more dates here in the States. I'll be there, but with Chiara from Jusbox on the West Coast and Andrea from Jusbox on the East Coast. Anyway, Now, if you don't know what 54 is all about, I'll tell you a little bit about it here as well. So first off, I want to say I'm getting constantly positive reactions with this fragrance. I've actually been writing down my experiences, transcribing them on the phone, because they've been quite amazing, and I can't believe it. And this since I got back from Europe, I've actually gotten 2 more compliments. But just keep in mind, I wear my fragrances loud, and I spray a lot, so I think that's the reason why people react. The latest compliment I got was 2 days ago. I went to a Pete's Coffee, one of my favorite coffee shops. I love coffee. And I ordered a iced oat milk latte. And the lady, or it was a younger woman who was the barista, she made the coffee for me. And I went to pick it up, and she was like very shy and started chatting with me. She goes, I don't know if this is okay to ask. I said, what would you like to ask? And I kind of, in the back of my mind, knew she was going to ask me about my fragrance, because I knew I was wearing it pretty loud. And also, this is really, really something that happens if your nose is used to the smell of the coffee. When I come in with my perfume, it's going to kind of take over. So I think that's what happened, because for the longest time, I've told this story about me working in a photo lab, smelling photochemicals, and ladies would come in wearing Angel. This was in the mid-90s. And that's how I discovered Mugler's Angel, and how I was totally in love with the smell. So it's kind of the similar situation here with 54 and the positivity. So she asked me what I was wearing, and I said it's called 54. It's a fragrance that I just recently collaborated with a brand called Jusbox. I actually had my bottle with me because I was taking it to show it to somebody. So I took it out and I spritzed it for her, and she first asked if it's unisex, or I can't remember if she used the word unisex or if a woman can wear it. I said, of course it's unisex. And I spritzed it on her. She really, really loved the fragrance, and again, a really, really positive reaction here. But the thing is, the day before, it happened to me at Starbucks. I walked in to pick up a pastry, not a coffee, because I was ODing on coffee already. I picked up a pastry, and this woman was not as shy, but she asked me what I was wearing, and I didn't have my bottle with me at the time, so I pulled it out on the phone and showed it to her, and told her, and I told her the notes and things like that. The woman from the second compliment, I didn't talk to her about notes and things, but the first woman, the one at Starbucks that I didn't have my bottle with, I went on about it and explained to her what it is. So the compliments have been coming, and several of them I've been documenting them. Might release them as individual videos here and there, just to tell you guys about what kind of reactions I'm having with this fragrance. Most of them have been positive. There have been some people that don't like gourmands. They consider it too gourmand. I don't consider it too gourmand. Then there's some people that don't like patchouli that much, so they might not like it or react positively to it. But most of the reaction has been really overwhelmingly positive, and it smells super delicious. And on me, when it's drying down, especially when I smell it, when I spray my arms here, it smells like milk chocolate. So patchouli, milk chocolate is what I get with it. But the notes break down. There's a lot of patchouli here. There's vanilla, there's Pina Colada, there's rum, there's cinnamon, there's Davana, there's Nagarmotha, or is it Cypriol? There's Cypriol here. There's sandalwood, tobacco, and I think I got it all. Those are all the notes. Rum, if I didn't mention rum. But really great reaction, and positive reaction from people. And if you're a patchouli lover, you should get your nose on this one, because it's quite fantastic. And I was so grateful to have been involved in the creation of this fragrance. Again, they came to me and asked me if I wanted to collaborate on a fragrance. I said, of course. I love music. I like some of the fragrances that you guys have, and this is my idea. This is what I would like to do. So inspired by Studio 54, inspired by dancing with a lot of perfume on, with your perfume projecting, with the cloud, the sillage everywhere. And if you were at a nightclub dancing, and you got into this cloud of perfume and you smelled it, it's happened many times for me. I've actually smelled such great fragrances from people dancing with their body heat amplifying the fragrance. And that's exactly what I was doing with this, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to make sure that it had something, notes in it that would do this. And of course, Patchouli does that with fragrances. The projection and sillage are amazing. And the other thing is also, before I wrap up here, the feedback has been very interesting in that some people don't get chocolate, they get more cinnamon. Some people instantly get more boozy, and it all depends. For me, it's patchouli first, then everything. But some people are not getting the patchouli, so maybe they're not so sensitive to it or things like that. But either way, I've given you all the dates and also event dates. I hope to see you at the events. Again, the event dates I don't have full details on. They might change a bit, but I believe the West Coast dates, San Francisco and LA, are set in stone. Philadelphia for Perfumology and Scent Explorer, they might change a bit. But I hope to see you at the events. And also, as I said, we'll let you know as soon as it starts selling at Lucky Scent, if it hasn't already by the time this video goes up. And yeah, everywhere else, I already mentioned dates. They should all be selling. So I'm hoping you guys are going to end up liking 54. But that's all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Put a comment down below. And again, the latest Scent Club kit, the original Scent Club kit, is out. If you're in the market to discover 3 awesome fragrances, this is Imperial Peacock, this is Mousse Lumine, and this is Lodi Immortelle. Great fragrances for autumn. So check that kit out as well, and stay tuned for the launch of 54 everywhere. Anyway, thanks so much, guys. Again, if you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.